Brand new segment.
Brand new segment, never before seen on Plat Chat Valorant, about to drop.
Yep.
It's called Guess That Player. Diddle-a-diddle-a-doo. I should have really
we don't have any music here?
I should have come up with a jingle for it.
Maybe we should have a jingle for it.
Guess that player from Berlin. So all of these players that I'm going to bring up in front of you are going to be from Berlin. So the idea is I have dapr here with his stats from VCT Stage 3, right? From the very beginning, as soon as straight after Reykjavik up until when he qualified for Berlin. Or even after that, till the grand finals.
Make a guess?
Wait, whoa.
Already?
I know who it is.
Whoa. Relax.
So the idea is I've shown you some of the results, some of the stats here, and I'm comparing them to somebody else, right? Who plays the same role.
Okay.
And you have to see if you can figure out who it is, and you can unlock different extra stats if you need added help. I've left this one. There's 3 of them, right? This is a game show with 3 different challenges. This one is easy mode, so I'm not surprised that Bala has a great idea of who it is already. Also, Bala's a bit of a nerd, so he might have been looking over the stats himself.
I think
this is completely based off of exactly who I think you would put. I literally didn't even look at the stats.
Okay, well, that's metagamers. Fuck.
That is metagaming.
Here's how I'm going to adjust for that then. You have to give me who you think it is and a statistical reason why. All right? So you have to give me some level of reasoning.
Okay. See, if I had the rest of the other ones, I would be I could give you a reason, but these ones, the first 2 don't fucking matter.
All right.
Yeah, we'd have to see more.
All right, let's unlock the first one then. So we've got higher kills per round than dapr, a pretty significantly higher first kills per round than dapr as well, actually, and a 5% higher percentage of kills in the attack half. Now, this one, I'll give you an extra little hint here. This one surprised me. I thought dapr would be higher than this player in terms of attack half kills. For reference as well, most people get, like, on average, across every single player in the whole of VCT, 49% of kills happen in the attack half. So 51% happen on defense. So these players are more defensive-sided than usual, but the second unknown player is a bit more towards average.
I think the Sentinel role in general should lean more defensive-sided, so it makes sense for
You'd
dapr,
think,
and
right?
he is a very strong anchor in general.
You'd think.
However, the guy I'm thinking of is a little bit more aggressive, I'd say. I think he uses his cages a little bit better on attack, where he gets into specific spots to work picks.
Now, I also want to point out here that this isn't just Cypher stats. I've put Cypher up here, but this is Cypher. This is, all of the different agents that are being played.
Okay.
Cypher,
Viper, perhaps.
Hey, other things as well, all right? Other things as well.
I think we're on the same page here, Bala. And I think that
has Avast caught up as well?
I'm assuming based off what we've gone to so far and like Bala's initial comments, I think I have an idea. So.
Okay. Do we need another one unlocked, or are we good here and we'll just unlock them afterwards?
I think regional titles would give it away.
Regional titles would probably give it away.
Well, I'm afraid we've kind of beefed the guess who has higher because we've highlighted the side that is higher. So we can maybe do that for the future, but not for this version of it. So you can see that dapr has a higher clutch percentage.
That's actually cool, though.
And higher regional titles.
I can guess now. I can give you a reason based off of the knowledge that he has a higher clutch percentage, because I think that Nats is the guy who he's not always a clutcher. He's actually in the thick of it for the most part, getting up into sites and stuff. And he's not necessarily alive last more than whatever.
A drum roll, please.
Yeah.
Wait. We got to get everybody's guesses.
Oh, true.
I think it's Nats too.
I was also leaning towards Nats.
I was just assuming everyone was on the same page with that. From what you're saying.
I thought it initially, but then especially when you started talking about I'm surprised about the attack halves after you brought out your fucking attack half Google Doc.
What if it's not him?
Okay. Reveal the Nats, unless it's.
No, it is. It's Nats. I set up an easy one for you. Everyone and their nan has been talking about dapr v Nats going into Berlin. So, I was easing you in with a classic one.
Okay.
I put down the regional titles there in case you...
dapr. Like, he's as handsome as him. He's as fucking good at Cypher as him. He's as clutch as him, too. Like, it's sick. I'm so excited for that matchup if it ever happens.
Yeah, it should be a fantastic one. I really hope it does occur as well. I didn't know exactly what to put for regional titles there as well, actually, just as a side note. But they won Masters 1 in CIS, and they've won EMEA, so I counted that as 2 regional titles, even though one was, slightly smaller region. But, I'll give that to Nats. He has 2 regional titles at this point. All right, let's move on to the next one. Who's the next Guess That player? Okay,
Nookie.
So we've got Nookie versus another duelist player. This is not necessarily a Raze player, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
And so
The judge pick rate at the bottom.
What?
The judge
pick rate. Now that actually makes it interesting.
I mean,
That's an interesting
now
stat.
I have an idea as to where this is going.
So,
but all right.
let me start off.
Yeah.
So, Nookie has a slightly higher average damage per round, has quite a bit higher average kill per round as well. Where are you thinking here? Where's your brain taking you, folks?
This is a fucking trick. The
This
judge
could
pick
be
rate
a
is
trick. Yeah, this could definitely be a trick.
mean, this is an. I mean, yeah. Is it too? Is this one of those one where you're trying to mislead the contestants?
I've
Can
got
we
some
can we
tricks up
can
my
we
sleeve.
start with can we pick a different stat than the next one that's up? Like, could we jump a stat?
No.
Or do we
And
have
this
to
is-
go one after
And
another?
this is again.
No.
This is from the beginning of VCT Stage 3.
Yes, this is since I think it was like the first day of June. So this is 1st of June up
Okay.
until now. Is when
Okay.
these stats have been
And could
taken
be from any region.
from any region, but they are in Berlin.
Right.
They are in Berlin. And there
I mean,
are
what else?
there
would we
are a
talk
lot of
about?
people who have nutty stats from bad teams as well that really make things crazy when you compare stats across regions.
Definitely. Interesting.
Why? I'm
Should we unlock
curious
it?
who
We
your
have less
first thought is,
ADR.
though. If you want to just vocalize who you think is
Well, I mean,
your
my first thought,
thought,
just because judge pick rate is on there, is Bunny. That's my first thought.
Okay.
Yeah, I was leaning either Bunny or potentially someone I'd seen when I was doing VOD review was like saw like Forsaken did a bunch of crazy judge shit. But I'm
Yeah.
thi-
So it's not Forsaken, and I'll tell you why. Because the race pick rate is higher for this guy, and Forsaken plays more Jet.
yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
But that could also be misleading because I don't remember how it was on the last graphic. I'm trying to fucking meta cheat. Holy fuck.
All right, let's unlock the next one. So this
they play even more Raze than Nookie.
So wait a second. This next stat though is one that
Yeah.
I've concocted myself.
Jesus.
It is the
You are a dork.
yeah, it's the listen, I've got a lot of ones that I've concocted myself coming up. This is actually no, that's for next week. This is the first kill per round divided by first death per round. So this is what this means is it's just if it was 1,
Yeah.
it means you get first picks as much as you die first, right?
Right.
So you want this to be above 1.
Right. So the person on the right
Dies first
inting
quite a lot more than they get
lot
the
of
first pick.
inting. Okay.
This is not a trick anymore. I don't think. I think we're on to it.
I think the raise percentage that
if it's way higher, then yes, for sure.
yeah, I,
I
think
mean,
the raise
also,
percentage has done it. And the
that-
Does
judge
he even
pick
play
rate
anything
stat.
else?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I can't remember, but I mean, all I think
I'm pretty
Bunny
sure
Raze.
last I checked,
But-
Bunny had like an 80-something, 90-something% pick rate on like raise.
Yeah,
I mean,
was
there's just-
expecting it to be 100.
There's just who else dies that much though on Raze as well? I mean, Bunny is a fucking intern. I mean, who else?
Wow. Okay.
You guys want to see
No,
the
it's
pick
not,
rate?
no, I'm not. I don't mean it's necessarily a bad thing.
Okay.
I think Bunny's a
Space
way more
creator.
aggressive player than Nookie.
Right.
So there's
right.
a big difference. That isn't. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing.
Well,
it's a different style.
We can like narrow people out, right? It's definitely not like an Asuna. It's definitely not like a Tens. It's not somebody who is like just a straight up duelist type of player, right? Because this could be technically like a Reyna or something like that too. Somebody who plays a lot more Jet like that. Just because we don't. Once we see the race pick rate, that'll change things. But there are other people. I don't know.
Mm.
We can narrow that out.
Well, let's take a look at the Raze pick rate then.
I mean, it's
it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's
All
fine.
right. Well, let's take a look at the judge pick rate here just to make sure. Oh,
That's
okay,
just so
I
fucking
think that-
crazy.
Yeah.
15.4%. Wyatt, who do you think it is?
I think it's probably Bunny.
Okay, let's take a look. It is. It's F4Q's own
Oh
Bunny.
my god.
It is so
15% judge pick rate.
What I find so interesting about doing
insane.
stuff like this, though, is that
God.
you can tell that it's Bunny just by looking at the stats. You don't have
Yeah.
to look at any of the like footage at all, and you can see how he plays just in terms of the statistics.
That's what I mean. The first death versus kill, and I don't mean that that's a bad thing when I say he's a fucking Inter. He's just mega aggressive.
He double blast packing in everywhere.
it's-
Yeah.
The difference between how Nookie and Bunny play the same agent is it couldn't be further apart.
And they're in the same group for Berlin as well. So this
Yeah.
is a matchup that is quite likely to happen. And I think that's going to be very funny to watch, or funny, amusing, interesting, all of the above, to
Yeah.
watch Nookie adjust to how Bunny plays Raze. Because I feel like you have to adjust to Bunny. You don't adjust to Nookie, you adjust to Bunny. But I think that's very funny. All right. Let's go on to
There's
the
another
third
meta
one.
clue.
I can't even remember which one I picked. I made 6 of these.
Crashing.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I love this one, actually.
Okay.
Okay. So starting things
Vandal
off.
pick
Hold the momentum.
percentage. Vandal pick percentage.
Starting things off here, this is Crashies versus another initiator player.
I mean, that is a high KPR for an initiator.
It is.
0.88,
And actually,
especially at like
I'll be
tier
more
1.
kind to you here as well. This is someone.
I don't think that's
This
that
is
high.
someone I've only used their Sova stats here. So this is
I actually
another.
think I know who it is right now. But
Really?
Yeah, I think I know who it is.
Just from the KPR and the first kills per round.
I think so.
All right, we'll see
you're
what the
fucking
others think
happy.
as
Yeah, I
well.
want to see where you guys are at. I'm trying to think.
Because this is another player at Berlin who plays Sova, and this is
Just their Sova stats?
yeah
Oh.
they play other stuff as well, but this is just a
I think I
Sova
know where you're
comparison.
at, too, now.
I
No,
yeah.
never mind. They're at Berlin. I'm an idiot.
Okay, so Crashies is an excellent player. For my
Yeah.
money, is like one of the best. So probably, if I had to rank literal just Sova players, I think I'd put him as the best Sova in the world. But this player has a lot higher KPR
I mean, I
and
can tell
almost
you it's-
double the first kills per round
it's
as well.
it's definitely not another NA Sova.
It's not
That's
Hiko.
for sure. Not Hiko.
Yeah, it's
not
obviously not
Shazam.
an A.
I mean, I think I know who it is.
What
think-
region are you now?
I think it's NTK from
Okay.
Vivo Keyed.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Where are your
But-
other brains going?
Ah, man,
Yeah, I
I mean,
want Brazil, but I would. Yeah, I don't know enough about N2K.
I was
Crane,
thinking
Crane.
potentially. So I was leaning towards like either like also maybe like an RB or a Lakia type, you know. But I don't think that's who
Well,
it is. I feel like
I can tell you can rule out Lakia because he hasn't even been playing.
that's
Sova
true. He hasn't
for
been
them.
playing. Yeah, that's
He's
fair. actually.
literally
Playing
only
Sky.
been playing Sky on binds.
Yeah,
It's not Lakia.
All of stage. Yeah, I guess so.
He hasn't played
All of
as
stage
far as I'm
3.
aware. He's not played a single game.
yeah, that's
on
right. But they've also
Sova.
had this weird rotation where he comes in to play Sky anyways when like they've had
Yeah.
RB playing Sky. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. So
it's very odd.
it's very
Who are
strange
the-
with that.
I bet the assists per round are very, very similar. I bet you
Can
he's
we
only up
can we
by,
see
like,
can we
let's
just
see
can we just see
assists.
another stat?
Yeah,
let's just
let's see
another stat.
assists per round
wow.
because that is a big difference. I can tell you in terms of like the delta here, these
Yeah.
players could not be more different in terms of how they play Sova.
It has to be. I think it's NTK.
I think it's NTK too.
I
I'm
think it's
trying to think of
NTK.
the other solo players.
I think Crane is a bit more similar to Crashies than different. And I'm trying to think who else. Before I don't want to lock it in though. I'm just talking my thoughts out because I'm trying to think of the EU Sovas as well. Like, I don't think
Not many.
actually it could be Russ from SMB, but I don't think it's Keylez. I don't think it's
I mean, does Keyless even play Sova for
yeah, he
them?
does.
Does he?
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, so well, definitely not Keyless. I'm trying to think who are the other EU Sovas.
Metagaming.
I can't. My brain is slowing down.
So
Other EU Sovas.
here's-
Redgar plays Sova
Yeah,
for Gambit.
Redgar.
Chronicle plays Sova for
Redgar.
Gambit as well.
yeah,
That's
that's it. You listed them all at this point.
I'm just trying to think of the
Right, yeah.
the hard fragging Sovas, and the two that I'm thinking of right now. Still, I think NTK is most likely for me. I think Russ is a possibility from SMB, and I don't think this would be I don't think this is going to be an SEA or
How much lower is
dude,
so
you are
here's
a
another meta
Laz
thing.
simp. This could be man, it could be Laz.
I do like Laz. He's
You
probably the
do
best player
love
from Japan.
Laz. and he's been playing Sova Sky for Zeta Division. And he's a good fragger.
His Sky stats are unbelievable. I looked them up last night.
Was this made last night?
I made this last night. But I also, but Avast, I made all of these last night. And I'll also point out that the ones in the future are going to be much more like this rather than the easy bullshit I spoon-fed you for the first
couple spoon. It has to be an aggressive Sova.
I think it has to be one of Laz or NTK.
All right, let's see this shock dart and ult.
But Chronicle is
one of these has been matchups that are very interesting. It's never been just like crashes against somebody random that they'll never fucking play. Like that is another little meta thing that.
But wasn't like
NTK is in that
Chronicle
group
like
too,
hyper
though.
aggressive?
And Laz are both in Envy's group, so it has to be one of those two.
The other, so
I'll go with NTK.
This statistic that I've got here is how much of all of the kills they got in stage 3, what percentage were gained via utility? So Sova ults and shock darts.
Okay.
Which again,
so it's a rifler.
New Josh
Sova.
level stat.
Wait, I'm metagaming. Hold on.
So
Vandal pick percentage, Vandal, and Turkish player. Am I connecting any dots here?
Wait, but wouldn't that go for Brazil too? Doesn't N2K pick a lot of Vandal as well? I believe.
I think NTK does, but the Vandal is synonymous with the Turkish players.
I can tell you from my investigations last night, a lot of Sova players have a tendency towards Vandal.
Okay.
And I'll point out that this Vandal pick percentage stat is out of the rifles that you could buy. So it's out of Operator, Phantom, or Vandal. Which of those 3? So I'm not counting all rounds like eco rounds, pistol rounds, stuff like that. It's in-buy rounds. What do they pick?
Well, it's in rounds that they pick a rifle.
Yes, in the rounds in which they pick a rifle or an op, which do they pick? And I also included Odin in this for Sova players, actually.
God. Do we want to just see this last stat, or do we want to...
So it's not Laz. It's not Laz because the shock dart ult kills are way too low. He is much more of a nerd than I think some of the other Sovas. So yeah, I don't think it's Laz.
Do you feel like you can guess, or do you want to see the final stat? That's kind of embarrassing that you guys still don't know who it is at this point.
I kind of want to lock into my initial instinct, which is that it's NTK from
you
Vivo
get
Key.
one guess and you're out, by the way.
I kind of want to go. I kind of want to, but
just die. You can't play the next one.
Oh, what do you think? What do you think?
I think I'm gonna go with NTK.
I could take one for the team here, and I might say NTK, but if it's not him, it has to be Russ.
I think no. I think Wyatt, your logic has sold me a bit because after watching them play, I feel like this totally fucking fits and like how we watch them play. I actually think it's Russ.
Wait,
I think it's Russ. I think I might.
Who else on SMB is getting kills? Izzy and
Izzy gets a lot of kills. I think
Turco.
Turco pounds.
Yeah, Turco. Yeah, Turco. That's true.
So think about it in like ratio in that, right? Crash is the third best on his team. So he's 0.75.
I'm gonna lock in NTK.
Okay,
Yes,
I'm locking in NTK.
I'm locking in Russ. I think Wyatt. I think you were on the right path, and I think it's Russ. After watching SMB play,
if Avast beats us, I'm gonna be fucking furious.
Bala, are you locking in NTK or do you want to see the final one?
Let's look at the final one. Yeah, fuck you guys. You guys got screwed.
All right, let's look at it.
Look at that,
77% Vandal pick
I'm
rate.
telling you, it's gotta be Russ. It's gotta be Russ.
Yeah, it has to be Russ.
What are you thinking, Bala?
No.
Oh, fuck you guys. Does it really? I haven't watched enough Brazil, man. Does it really have to be Russ?
I mean,
Yeah,
NTK is like he's the second fragger on Vivo Keyed. It's Heat and then it's NTK. Which is why I think it's NTK.
Okay, so Wyatt and Bala have gone for NTK. Avast has gone for Russ. Unveil the player.
Oh,
it is.
There it is.
It's Red Dragon Vandal Russ from SMB.
As soon as I saw the Vandal pick percentage, I knew it. Oh God, I knew it had to be him. But then I'm like, no, I gotta go.
Why'd you drag me with you though, man?
I was arguing with you guys, and you would not believe me.
Yeah, I mean, I
You
can
would
tell
not
you,
believe me.
I can tell you, NTK was not one of the players that I actually pulled stats for. So
Yeah.
his stats might be very similar to Russ's. I don't know.
I'm gonna check.
I'm looking at his stats right now too. Let me see his
'Cause I'm-
stats. So
I'm also
NTK's stats are.
I'm going to
You won't
tease some
be able to
stuff
get
for
some of
next
these.
week as well. I've got this planned again for next week. I've already pulled 3 people or 3 comparisons as well. They're gorgeous. The stats in Valorant are so lovely in terms of being able to compare.
NTK,
more
it's
similar to
0.75.
Crashies. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
0.7.
it's
So
like
he's
not
actually
even-
identical to Crashies.
I thought
Yeah.
that the difference between Russ and Crashies there was so unbelievably extreme. Like, other ends of the spectrum. Russ is just relying on rifling to bang people out.
Yeah.
Just so often. And he is an incredibly skilled
damn it.
player, but yeah.
That was
I
a good
think it's
last
so
one,
cool.
though.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I think it's so freaking cool that you're able to do that with the stats that are available right now because they're actually rudimentary, like
Yes.
very, very rudimentary. But you're still able to get like the shock dart stat. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is so sick.
you get
But you
those?
can
I mean-
imagine some of the stuff that you can come up with later on, like when they actually like allow more ability usage stats to
Yeah.
come out. Like
I mean,
like
huge shout
flash
out to
percentage,
runitback.gg, which is what I used to
okay.
gather almost all of this information. I took their info and ported it into a spreadsheet that I could use to add stuff up and create new stats and compare stuff. So, yeah, huge shout out to runitback.gg. They are fucking awesome in terms of the analytics they provide for Valorant. Okay, let's move on.